Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every world that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colors and lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. It's the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Rosemont Ice Arena. It's the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres taking on the Chicago Mission. Your starting lineup for your Shattuck St. Mary Sabres: Ava Belanger, Jocelyn Field, Siri Boulding, Gianna Monaco, and Emma Pape on D. In between the pipes, number 35, Q. 17 minutes are on the clock to get this contest underway, and the Sabres are working from right to left if you're listening on the radio. Here comes the Mission's Charlie Prodel, tied up by Eva Belanger, knocked down by G right there at the blue line. Coming in is Siri Boulding. Boulding trying to push it forward into the hands of Gianna. Gianna in front of the blue line. Knocked loose by Boulding, back in the hands of G. G gonna go right over here to Pape. Pape across her own blue line, throws one back off the skates of Coppin into the hands of G now as Pape goes D to D. Monaco to Conklin, into the corner here to the far side for Willow Sell. Sell cuts back. Benches and penalty boxes are on the far side in case you didn't know. And it's gonna go all the way down. We're gonna get ourselves an icing. And we're gonna bring that one all the way back. Not sure why that was an icing, as Hall was across the center line. I thought she was anyway. The Sabres are wearing their away jerseys. It's going to be maroon jerseys and maroon socks with black on the shoulders with white piping. The armbands, waist, and socks have about an 1.5 inch band of black and white. Shells are going to be black, helmets are black, and their gloves are going to be black with maroon trim. It's going to be Thomasina Cinquino out there, better known as Tommy C to her fans, along with Matea Conklin and Nora Patak up front. It's going to be Andy Hall along with Jaden Krushelnicki out there now. It's going to be TC trying to muscle one out past Bessie. Knocked down by Coppin and thrown into the corner. Behind the net, collected by Jay Crush. Crush over here in Hall. Hall back to Jaden. Jaden on the far side. Out to MC, out of the zone it goes. Picked up by the Mission Cell. Cell and the Mission wearing their white jerseys as they wore last night. They're superstitious, that bunch over there. It's going to be black around the shoulder pads with some neon green trim, along with a black and neon green piping around the armbands, waist, and socks. Shells are going to be black with the single neon green and double white vertical stripe. Helmets are going to be black. Firing a shot saved by Q, rebound on the other side. Helmet's going to be black, gloves going to be black with a neon green trim. MC knocked that out the zone, poke check forward by Cinquino, collected by Bornhoff, who drops it off for Bessie. Bessie going to wrap one around behind the net of Q. Coming down low is going to be Pape. Pape knocks it loose, picked up there by Martin. No poke check by Golden. Golden pushing it up towards the saber bench. She's picked up there by Charlotte Lee. Charlotte Lee. It's Leah Ligden, a 2-on-1. Poke check by Yates. Top of the right circle, not loose by Watson. Out to the point, backing up is Pape. Swinging a miss is Pape. It's going to be Gianna in a 1-on-1 in front of Watson. Firing a shot off the blocker of Q here to the near side for Ligda. Ligda, right wing half wall, pushes it out to Charlotte Lee. Lee trying to make a move around Warrington, kept in by Warrington. Glove down by Pape here to the near side. Pape throws it out of the zone. Puck's going to slide all the way down by Geberkoff. And we'll get a whistle for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 14-17 to go here in the period. And a face-off goes to the right wing circle to the left of Q's glove. Your lineup out there now will be Patak along with King and Molnar up front. Pape and G on D with Patak and Pape here to the near side. Gianna in the slot with King, Molnar on your draw. Molnar tied up by Melanic. Monaco comes in, knocks it loose for Patak. Patak's going to pick it up here, 1-on-2. Back checking is going to be Young. Send it in the left wing corner, pass pads, and Patak going to take it down to the corner. Knocks it free here to the near side for Molnar. Molnar sends it back to the corner, collected by Fink, who's going to break it out for Young in front of Gianna. Young going to flip it into the corner. Down the left wing side it goes. Gianna going against Young, going to put her in the wall, takes her down. Coming in is going to be Molnar. Pop loose for Fink. Left wing half wall now, out to the point for Hayek towards King. Back on the far side for Fink. Fink goes back to the point for Hayek. Thrown back in the corner behind the net. Collected by Young. Young tries to hit the brakes. Monaco going to hook her up here. Takes her in the left wing corner. Poke check loose by Molnar. Sent behind the net here for Melania. Coming in is Pape. Pape going to run her off and seal up the wall here to the near side. Out to the point. Picked up by Pazin. Come out Patak. Poke check loose by Patak. Picked up by King, who's going to send one out of the zone. Collected by the Mission's Hayek, and the Sabres get the line change in. Hayek tries to go right back here the other way. Poke check loose, collected back by Pazin, who's going to fire one into the left wing corner. Bouncing down behind the net of Q for Krushelnicki, who sends one over here to the near side for Lee. Belanger rather, picked back up by Reeder against Field now, going to the far side towards Bowling, off the skates of Bowling, back inside the Mission territory. Collected by Reeder, and going to be Bowling, goes to the far side, poke check around Field. And here comes Reeder up the ice in a 3-on-2 with Prodel, out to Bornhoff here to the near side. Makes a move around Jay Crush, trying to fire a backhand shot wide left. Intercepted by Field. Makes a move around Bornhoff, tripped up, no call on the tripping, but it's going to be Belanger on a break in front of Fontana. Belanger, right wing half, lifts the stick, one hands it towards Geberkoff. Saved by Geberkoff, we're going to get a penalty. Tripping should have been called on Bornhoff. As it's finally touched up there, and she's going to head to the sin bin. At 12:40 to go here in period number 1. Sabres are headed to the one-man advantage. This power play brought to you by Gene and Jew. Wait, make that Big Sammy's hot dogs. Remember what Big Sammy says. Eat more hot dogs. Now serving 2 locations. One in Elk Grove, one in Elgin. Try the mozzarella lunch, folks. They're fantastic. Your power play unit out there now is going to be Conklin. Intercepted by Lee, high slot over Belanger. Belanger fans on the one-timer. Going to throw it out to the blue line, past Hall. All the way down to the left wing corner for Q. Q waiting for it, sends it out to the point for Belanger. Belanger just touching it, trying to hit Charlotte Lee here to the near side. Jay Crush going to pick it up, trying to send one into Lee. Glove down by Fontana, picked up by Conklin. Conklin fires one wide left into the rebound, left wing, right wing corner for Belanger. Over to Hall. Hall setting things up. Over here to Conklin. Conklin left face off top, back to the point for Hall. Hall fires, tipped around front, picked up by Krushelnicki, and it's going to be the Sabres goal on the rebound. At 12:02 to go here in period number 1, Jaden Krushelnicki on the power play give the Sabres the early lead. So that is going to go from Hall to Jay Crush here in period number 1. As we make our way back out to center ice. Your lineup out there now is going to be Tommy C, Nora Patak, Juliana Golden, Pape and G on D. Pape here to the near side for TC. TC, cross ice for Golden. Golden, high right side, fires a shot. Shot blocked by Bessie here to the near side for Cinquino. Tommy Little Five gloves it up here to the corner. Hit off by Wigmore, thrown to the far side for Carter Hare. Backing up is G out towards Golden. Cross ice into the hands of Yates towards Pape. Pape going to poke, check it loose, picked up by TC. TC back to G. G going to curl around here, goes over here to the near side for Tommy Little Five. Tommy Little Five backhands it up off the glass, looking for Golden. Springs her free into the left wing corner. Picked up by Bessie. We're going to get the icing in. Golden puts Bessie into the wall. And we're going to get a whistle and an icing, and we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face-off going to go all the way down into the right wing corner. 11:29 to go here in the period. Headed out there now for the Sabres is going to be Hall along with Field and Belanger to the slap, broken up by Boulding. Looks to fire a shot, saved by Q. Rebound to the far side for Krushelnyski. Jay Crush sends it in the corner, picked off by the Sabres. Going on here towards Belanger. Belanger up the ice, hits Field on the far side, breaks it around Hayek. Comes down, right face up there, fires a shot, saved by Geberkoff. Rebound in the corner for Field. Field out to the point for Hall. Hall walks the line like Johnny Cash. Sends on the Field, who tried to tip one in the left wing corner. Picked up by Paz and out to Reeder. Poke check by Hall. Back in the hands of Reeder, throws it away on the far side for Prodel. Offside should have been the call. Bornhoff stepped inside the zone, well in front of the puck. Prodel sends one, saved by Q. Picked up here by Reeder, poke check by Hall. Takes Reeder off the puck, and Hall's going to go to the sin bin with another Reeder flop here at 10:47 to go in the period. Boy, Reeder's pretty good at flopping, folks. She's done it a handful of times here in the last 3 games. Here in period number 1, Andy Hall going to the sin bin for body checking. And the Sabres are shorthanded. This penalty kill brought to you by Classic Packaging of Northbrook, Illinois. Classic Packaging. You can't have a penalty without a box. Your penalty killers out there now are going to be Monaco along with Pape, Ligda, and Lee. Out to the point for Willow Sell. Sell back over, took the fire shot. Saved by Q, offered glove here to the near side, met by Lee. Lee going to pop, copping off the puck, picked back up by Martin here to the near side. Out towards Ligda. Down in the corner, coming in is Pape. Blown up there to the left wing corner for Watson. Watson out to the half wall for Bigmore, met by Lee. Lee going to push it out of the zone. Getting out of his cell, thrown right back into the corner. Be offsides, and the Mission going to have to tag up. G, left to right here to the near side. Slams one out here. Blocked by Ligda, picked up by Martin. Into the right wing corner it goes. 1:22 to go on that Classic Packaging PK. On the far side half wall, Wigmore met by Lee out to the point for Sell. Sell coming up towards Ligda. Here comes Coppin here to the near side. Fires one over the crossbar is Coppin. Wigmore can't get to it. It's going to slide out of the zone. Mission are going to have to regroup. Sell pulling it back. Over here to the near side for Coppin. Coppin going to send one in. Pass Gianna off the inboards. Collected by Q. Q going to wrap one around here to the near side for Ligda. Ligda sends one all the way down. Picked up by Pazin. Pazin in front of the Mission blue line. Here they come up here to the near side. Poppe in front of Reeder. Makes a move to the outside. Reeder going to have to hit the brakes. Curling around to the high slot. Looks to fire a shot. Saved by Q. Rebound here to the near side. 45 seconds to go. Tipped out of the zone after Pape sent it down. Cinquino tips it. It's going to slide all the way down into the left wing corner. Collected by Bornhoff. Bornhoff left to right behind Geberkoff. Backing up is going to be Dylan King. Here comes Bornhoff up the ice across the Mission line towards Charlotte Lee. Goes cross ice for Prodel in front of MC. Conklin going to take her left wing corner. Chuck loses the puck down low, giving it to Bornhoff. Broken up by Lee, trying to hit Carter Hare, streaking in at 9:08. 20 seconds to go on that power play. Saved by Q, rebound in the left wing corner. Bornhoff picks it up top of the circle towards Charlotte Lee. Makes a move around King, goes over to Reeder here to the near side. Met by Lee. Lee going to hook it up, ties up in front for King. King backhands it, picked up by Bornhoff. Bornhoff trying to dial it up, firing a shot wide behind the net of Hare, and we're going to get a whistle with 2 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK as the net was off its moorings. Here to the near side. 2 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK. 8:49 to go here in period number 1. It'll be Jocelyn Field on your draw, along with Eva Belanger, Gianna Monaco, and Jaden Krushelnicki on D. Face-off won by Field down in the corner for G, and we are even straight. Far side, Belanger popped it past Fontana, trying to hit it out of the zone, throwing right back the other way, offsides. Mission left to touch it up. Krushelnicki with a little bit of time and space. Tip forward by Boulding. We're going to get an icing, and we're going to bring that one all the way back. 8:34 to go here in the period. And a face-off goes to the left wing circle. Your lineup stays the same out there now for the Sabres. It'll be Belanger and G in the slot. Field on your draw, Boulding and Pape on the half wall. Face-off one for Pape. Pape to Belanger. Belanger going to dig one forward. Cut off by Warrington. Pick their pocket. It's 2-on-1. Belanger and Boulding. Hit the high side of the field. Field back to Belanger. And Belanger misses on the tap in on the soccer net. Picked up by Field here to the near side. Field over to G. G, right point. Sends one back into the corner. A little Gorbatenko flip down low for Belanger. Belanger coming in left to right. Sends one back here to the near side for Field. Field makes a move around Warrington. Hits the brakes and loses a tire. Sent up here to the half wall. Pinching in is going to be Gianna. Going to send one back down low for Field. Field patiently waits. Makes a move around Warrington. Left wing hash marks now. Field sends it back in the corner for Belanger. Belanger sends it behind the net. Wrapping around left to right here to the far side. Breaking up the ice, going to be Finks. Intercepted by Pape at center. Coming right across. Pape going to send one right back the other way. Belanger, the lone forechecker at 7:46 as the Sabres go for the line change. Blocked by Belanger as Young tried to end it in. Picked up by Golden. Golden, high slot. Fires a shot. Glove saver. Blocker saved by Finks. Picked up by Patek. Hard into the slot. Hope check by Young for Hall. Hall from the point. Fires a shot. Knocked down by Warrington. Firing gloved up by Geberkoff at 7:30 to go here in the period. And we're going to get an offensive zone face-off here for the Sabres. Their lineup out there now is Ligda and Golden flanking Patak, Hall and Krushelnicki on D. Into the hands of Bessie, got her pocket picked by Ligda, out to Hall. Hall sends one back down low. Patak trying to drag it out. Ligda sends it back into the corner, sealing up the wall, but puck slides out to Martin. Martin poke check loose by Hall. Hall back the other way, swatted at by Bessie, cut off by Ligda, picked up by Bessie to blue line, pushed inside the zone. Knocked loose by Patak into the corner, back in the hands of Martin. Martin from right to left in the left wing corner. Far side trying to cycle it down low. Charlie Prolo going to work here to the near side. Sends it out to Yates, right point. Coming out is going to be Ligda. Off the stick, Lig picked it up. Lig to Patak. Patak to Golden. Golden makes a move around Yates. Across the blue line, Golden comes in, makes a move around Bessie. Fires the backhand shot, slided across the blue paint. It'll be Patak and Golden on the back check, out towards Conklin. Thrown right into the hands of Krushelnicki. Krushelnicki up to Conklin. MC, high slot, fires a shot. Shot blocked by Bessie. Rebound to the far side for MC. MC tries to throw it in the corner, knocked down by Yates and sealed up along the boards there. It's a 2-on-2 battle. Fished out by Molnar. Molnar in the corner, looks for Patak, or Conklin. Knocked loose by Hare, out to King. King to G. G gonna fire a shot, tipped by Molnar into the corner. It goes, lifting the stick out of the way is gonna be Bessie. Out to the point for Pape. Pape's gonna fire a shot. Rebound up front for Conklin. Picked up by Bessie. Bessie tries to slam it on his own. Kept in by Pape once again. Pape fires one. Looking for the tip was Conklin. Rebound out front. Picked up by Carter here on the far side. Carter going to curl back behind the net. Goes over here to the near side for Bessie. Bessie going to try to throw one away. She does into the hands of Pape. Got Mission pinned in. Up the center towards Conklin. Trying to get a defensive change in, and Bessie going to fire one all the way down for the icing. And at 5:54 to go here in the period, we're going to bring that one all the way back. Sabres get the line change in. Mission gets the line change in. And it's a fresh 5 for Coach Ellie's squad. It's going to be Ligda along with Tommy C. and Charlotte Lee up front. Hall and Krushelnicki on D from left to right. Tommy C. goes to the half wall. Ligda in the slot. Lee on your draw against Reeder. Face off one right out to the point for Hall. Hall back over to Cinquino. Cinquino going to wrap one down behind the goal line for Liggs. Lig in the right wing corner. Hit to it. Sell going to try to drag it forward. Ligda knocked it loose back in the hands of Lee. Lee back out of the point. The puck is going to go. Picked up by Krushelnicki. Krushelnicki going to fire one right back in. Wrapping around behind the net of Geberkoff left to right. Lee comes up the boards. Strong side Ligda. Sends it to Cinquino. Cinquino. Far side. Sends it out to the point for Jay Crutch. Off of Jay's stick and picked up at center ice. Jaden going to pull it over here. D to Hall. Hall here to the near side. Into the zone. It goes out for Lee's stick. Picked up by Hayek. Hayek left to right, going to wrap around to Sell on the far side. Going to be dug out of the wall by Proto. Coming in is Boulding. Boulding stuffs Chuck at the wall right in front of the Mission benches. Cross-check in the back by Bornhoff. Picked up here by Reeder in front of Krushelnicki. Shot blocked by Jay Crutch. picked up by Bornhoff, off the skates of Bowling, back in the hands of Reeder to the slot. Reeder goes across, drops it off for Pazin towards Tommy C. Pazin tries to make a move here, out to the blue line. Pazin throws it right in the hands of Hall, and Hall chips it right back into Pazin. Defensemen play and catch with each other. Poke check loose by Jay Crush. TC going to fire one down to Geberkoff. Geberkoff going to have to make the play, and it's going to be Fontana and Boulding here. Boulding on the forecheck, going to force Fontana here to the near side. Up the half wall. Fontana loses the puck. Gets it rebacked and recouping back on the far side. Hands it over to Pazin, coming in his field. Intercepted by Belanger. Poke check by Pazin. Picked up by Hare. Knocked loose by Field. Puts Hare into the wall. Picked up by Field. Cross checking it back by Hare. Picked up by Wigmore. Coming in is going to be Belanger. Stick checking to Pompey's hands. Towards Crew. Firing it up in the air towards Gianna. Knocked free, smothered by Q, and we're going to get a whistle as Gianna tied up the stick of Wigmore, headed right to it at 4:18 to go here in the period. Face off to the right wing circle. Your lineup out there now is going to be Nora Patak on your draw, G, Golden, and Conklin in the slot. Pape on the half wall. Face off one for Juliana Golden. Goes right around Warrington like a statue. Left wing side Golden. Left face on the fires a shot. Off of Geber cross face. That's going to corner for G. G tips it down low, but it's picked up by Wigmore. Right to left on the far side. Breaks it out to Coppin. Coppin going to push it across the mission line. Knocked down by Pape at center. Pape goes right back up to Golden. Knocked up by Coppin. In front of Wigmore going against Gianna. Looks to fire a shot. Saved by Q. Juicy rebound out to the zone it goes for Warrington. Warrington sends it over to Yates here to the near side. Firing it in off the stick of Pape. Coming in is going to be G. G cut off by Wigmore. Puck behind the net for Patak. Goes around Fink. Fink with a good stick there. Coming in is going to be G. Blocked by Gianna. Stands up Fink. Monaco comes in. Tied up by Coppin. Monaco pushes it out, but it's out to the point for Warrington. Over towards MC. Back in the corner. Picked up by Melaniak. Firing a shot. Saved by Q. Rebounded to Pape over here to Golden. Golden here to the near side. Try to backhand one out of the zone. Kept in by Yates. Behind the goal line for G. G slams it over here to the near side to Pape. Pape to Golden. Golden picked up here by Yates. Coming in is going to be Patak. 3:15 to go. Bodied loose by Patak. Pape sends it out to the blue line. Kept in by Warrington. Sent one in the right wing corner. Sabres need a line change. Picked up by Fink in the right left wing corner. Out to the point for Warrington towards Conklin. Back half wall. Poke check loose by Patak. Coming in is Monaco. Monaco puts Young on the wall. And another flop by the mission here to the near side. We're going to get a penalty on Gianna. Roughing is going to be the call at 2:55 to go here in the period. Roughing will be the call on G. And a face-off going to go to the right wing circle. This penalty killed Marazia by Dunkin' Donuts Coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts Coffee, the official coffee of the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres. Parents, your penalty killers out there now are going to be King along with Lee up front. Hall and Krushelnicki on D. Hall takes off Brodell, sends it into the left wing corner. It's going to be clicked up by Carter Hare towards King. Hit the brakes, his Hare, met by King, going to drop it off for Reeder. King picks up Reeder, goes back, doesn't bite on the dipsy-do. Out to the point for Pazin, over here to the near side. Fires it across back doors, shot, and it goes in from the deep angle for Carter Hare on the power play at 2:32. And it's 1-1, folks. As we make our way back out to center ice. Your lineup out there now will be Belanger, Field, and Boulding up front. Pape and G on D. Field wins it cleanly back to Pape. Pape goes to G. Mission looks to set up their forecheck, swings it right back over to Pape. Pape, up the ice she goes, gonna get the center, fires one in the right wing corner, off the end boards right side for Boulding. Boulding comes in, chips it down low, coming in is Belanger. Knocks it loose in the right wing corner for Boulding. Boulding gonna try to send one to the point, no, cuts across the face-off dot, down low for Belanger. Firing one off the stick of Sell, out of play it goes at 2:11. Make it 2:10 to go here in the period. Face off back to the right wing circle in the offensive zone for the Sabres. Your lineup out there now will be Belanger and Boulding. Field on your draw. Face off one to G, G to Pape. Pape here to the near side. Sends it to Belanger. Belanger knocked up the puck by Sell. Sell at her feet, doesn't see it. Belanger trying to drag one forward. Puck check loose by Boulding, picked up by Martin in front of Pape. Pape knocks it loose, picked up by Pape, going to send one right back into the right wing corner. to try to keep the pressure on Mission. Sell going to pick it up. Here comes Field. Centering pass out here. Field puts Sell into the wall. Popped it loose. Top of the right circle. Coming in is going to be Belanger, forcing her to go D to D here to the near side for Bessie. Bessie cut off there. Out at the blue line it goes. Poke check by Krushelnyski into the hands of Pape. Thrown out of the zone to the far side for Field. In front of the Sabre benches. Headman's at the Golden. Picked off by Sell, going right back the other way in the hands of Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski here to go at 90 seconds. Tips one forward. Picked up by Golden. Golden left wing side. Sends one across lane for Patak in the slot. Just missing the stick of number 19. Picked up here by Patak behind the net for Golden. Golden back to Patak. Patak off the left post. Sends one pass for Belanger. Broken up there by Bornhoff. Coming is Prodel against Hall. Knocked loose, picked up by Patak. Patak top of the left circle inside her own zone. Comes around here to the near side for Krushelnyski. Going to wrap one to Golden. Fontana pinching in, keeps it inside. Coved off the puck by Patak, picked up by Krushelnyski with just under 1 minute to go. Prodel sends it to the corner for Bornhoff. Trying to give and go. Picked that back by Bornhoff, fired a shot, saved by Q. Rebound for Hall, 49 seconds to go. Hall sends one to Cinquino. Cinquino bounces one forward. It's going to slide down for an icing as Golden is on the Hall and here to the corner. And we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 41.2 seconds to go here in the period. Face off to the left wing circle. It'll be Ligda and G in the slot. Charlotte Lee on your draw. MC and Pape on the half wall. Lee on your draw. Wins it cleanly for Pape. Pape rips it around here to the near side for Ligda. Ligda pushing one forward. Cut off by Fontana. Here comes Lee and G for support. Prodel pinned in. Here comes Monaco, going to cut off Reeder. She sends it down in the corner for Pape. Pape throws it into the hands of Bornhoff. Comes across MC. Centering pass broken up there by Gianna. Gianna goes down low, bottom left circle. Poke check loose in the hands of Reeder out to the point. Fanning on a one-timer is going to be higher. It's going to be Conklin on a breakaway. Right side comes down to the face-off out against Fontana. Makes the move forward, hit back in. Looks to fire the shot. MC fires one off. Saved by Geberkoff. Rebound here to MC. MC against Reeder in the left wing corner. Here comes Charlotte Lee to pick it up behind the net, left to right with 4 seconds. Out to the point. Look the first. Conklin fires. Rebound save out front by Geberkoff. And we're going to get a whistle as that one's fired all the way down because that's the end of the first period. So at the end of what? It's 1-1 here at the first intermission in Rosemont Ice Arena as we head to the first intermission. This first intermission brought to you by Bellagio's Italian Restaurante in Roselle, Illinois. Bellagio's voted the #1 Italian restaurant in Roselle by me and Rocky. Stop in and see Berto, Edgar, Hugo, Brenda. Tell them I said hi, folks. Enjoy the intermission. Welcome back, folks, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready for some second period hockey. Your starting lineup for period number 2. Belanger along with Field and Bolding. Vernig and Hall on D. Here comes Belanger, chipped around by Carter Hare. Hare pushing it up the ice. Hitting Wigmore across the center. Broken up by Vernig, right in the slot. Vernig going to take her in the left wing corner. Finally poke checks it loose for Field. Field trying to send it down, cut off by Wigmore on the half wall. Out to the point for Fontana, who backhands one in the right wing corner. Coppin to go to work against Hall. Hall going to try to pick her pocket there. Knocked loose by Hall. Hall on the right wing hash marks now. Here comes Field for support. Out to Belanger. Belanger to Field. Field with a little bit of speed, trying to split the D. Splits between Fontana, Pazin and Fontana. Firing a shot is going to be holding. And we're going to get a cross check. That was actually a penalty. First actual penalty called that was legit in this game. At 14-16 to go here in period number 2. So the Sabres are shorthanded for the third time. And we're going to go all the way down. This penalty kill brought to you by Tim Hortons. There's always time for Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons, the official Canadian coffee of the Sabres. Parents. Their penalty killers out there now are going to be Lee along with Ligda. It'll be Jaden and G on D. Lee against Bornhoff. Far side coming out of Jana. Out to the point for Hare. Back over far side for Reeder. Out towards Ligda, now to Sell. Coming over is Lee. Firing a shot. Blocked by Krushenitsky to the far side. Here comes Monaco against Reeder. Reeder going to back it out to the point. Ligda popped it loose to the right corner. Monaco going to poke it free against Reeder. Makes a move. Poke check to the point by G. Picked back up by Sell. Sell comes over here to Bornhoff. Back across far side for Reeder. Towards Monaco. Monaco got a piece of it. Sent over here to the near side for Hare. Picked up here by Lee. Lee harassing Hare to the point. Back over far side. Firing a shot. Saved by Q. Chopped loose by Brodel. Coming in is G. Sent over to Bornhoff though. It's picked up. Left wing half full out towards Sell. Puck's going to slide out of the zone. And the Michigan after group with 40 seconds to go on this Timmy Hortons PK. Charlotte Lee harassing Bornhoff at center into the hands of Prodel, trying to go back the other way. Sends it into Wigmore in front of Ligda. Wigmore trying to hold on to it. Ligda going to put her into the wall. Here to the near side, rebound for Bornhoff. Bornhoff at the blue line towards Krushenitsky. Firing a shot, blocker saved by Q here to the near side. Gianna comes up, pokes it loose, takes down Bornhoff. Surprised they didn't call that a penalty. Out to Pazin. Pazin at center. Far side towards Ligda. Pazin knocks it off the puck towards Mission's benches. Ligda going to take it down for Krushenitsky. Krushenitsky going to fire one down, and it's going to be Conklin with nobody in front of her. Down in the right left wing corner. 2 seconds to go on that Timmy Hortons PK. It'll be Conklin controlling along with 3. Picked up by Fink, pushing it forward to Wigmore. Cut off by Patak in front of the referee. Get out of the way. Stripes. Wigmore on the offense side. Picked up by Conklin. Conklin left face on the fire shot off the post in the left wing corner at 12:33. Out to Wigmore. At center, kicked off loose by Pape on the far side in front of the Michigan benches. Hoppe in front of her own zone. Goes right back at the boards of attack. Puck is loose and carried out of the zone by Watson. And the Michigan are going to regroup. Watson going to fire one in off the end boards behind the net for Q. Q over to Vernig. Vernig, far side for Pape. Pape to MC, but it's kept in by Warrington. Sent over here to the near side for nobody home for the Mission. It's going to be TC. Comes up the ice for Conklin. MC, trying to make a move around. Warrington does. Drops out for TC. Cinquino collapsed down by Young. Far side as Young blows a tire. Sent behind the net by Patak, picked up by Conklin. Conklin got 2 on her, Melaniuk and Yates. Coming in is Cinquino on the offensive side. Here comes Field for support at 11:15. Out to the point for Pape, who fires his shot. Bouncing puck off the end boards. And then, forgot to tell you folks, in case you didn't know, the Sabres are working from left to right here to the near side. It's picked up by Pape. Pape here up the boards. Send it up to Vernig, blocked off by Martin. Picked up by Young, back in the hands of Martin. Firing a shot, saved by Q. No rebound given. And at 11:32, we're going to get a whistle and an offensive zone face-off for the Mission. Face-off goes back into the left wing circle. Out there now for the Sabres will be Bolding along with Field and Belanger. Blue Liners are going to be Krushenitsky and Hall. Field on your draw against Reeder. Face off one to Sell at the left point. Goes over to Bessie out towards Belanger. Firing a shot wide right behind Q. Sent over to the far side, but it's going to miss Belanger back to Bessie. Sent over here, intercepted by Hall. Poke check loose by Reeder. Picked up by Fink. And be thrown back into the corner for Jay Crush. Krushenitsky makes a move around Borhoff. Tripped up there by Fink. No call on that one. Here to the near side for Hall. Hall goes down, blows a tire. Back in the hands of Borhoff. Send it toward Krushenitsky. Backhands it to Bolding. Bolding, left wing circle. Up the field. Field going to make a move around, Sell with speed. Comes in on the hook, no call to Belanger. Belanger fires a shot here to Geberkoff to the near side. It's going to be Field in the corner trying to hit Bolding. Bolding bounces it out to Hall. Hall, right point over to Krushelnicki, left side. Krushelnicki fires a shot. Just missing the net right here to the near side for Field. Field collects it, makes the move to the faceoff dot. Sends it down low for Bolding. Bolding trying to send it back for Field. In the hands of Bessie. Out to the glass it goes for Krushelnicki. Kept in by the Sabres. Makes the move. Poke check to Bornhoff. And it's going to be Fink on the bat. Up front. It's going to be Andy Hall on the front check. Fires a shot over the shoulder of Q at 10:30 to go here in the period. Mission take the lead. Face off back out to center ice. Your lineup out there now will be Golden along with King and Molnar. Blue liners are going to be Vernig and G. Face off won by Molnar, back to Vernig. Vernig goes to G. G chips one up to Molnar. Cut off by Paz. It's thrown right in the hands of Gianna, who's going to back it over to Vernig. Vernig in the middle of her own zone. Out to King. King trying to bounce one forward. Cut off by Wigner. Pop loose for Hair. Swing on it by Golden. Hair going to carry it wide right and wraps one around behind the net of Q here to the near side. Coming over is going to be King and a half wall. Wigmore cut off by Vernig. Thrown in the hands of Carter Hair. Hair gets knocked off the puck into the hands of Molnar. Molnar bounces one out to King. Puck's going to slide down in the right wing corner for Paz, and we're going to get an icing first. And at 9:59 to go here in the period, we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face off to the left wing circle to the right of Q. It'll be Hall on your half wall along with Conklin. Charlotte Lee going to take your face off. Pape and Ligda in the slot. Lee on your draw. Coming in is going to be Carter Hair. Popped loose by Pape. Looking to fire is going to be Hall. Saved by Q. Rebound here to the near side for Hall. Hall left to right now on the far side. Going to push it up the ice. Going to make a move around Wigmore. Hall coming up with speed. Makes a move past Carter Hair. Hall comes across blue line. Left wing side. Poke check by Fontana. Back in the hands of Carter Hair. Hair going to get run off the puck in the hands of MC. Poke check loose for Lee. Lee cuts across the blue line. Right wing side. MC in tow. Behind the net, Lee goes right to left out to the point for Hall. Hall sends one fanning on it in the hands back to the left wing corner for Conklin. Conklin looking for Lig down the back door, sends one over, blocked by Pazin. Back in the hands of Conklin. Conklin out to the point. Off the stick of Hall. Coming in is going to be Pape. Pape going to take Coppin to the far side, poked it loose towards Q. Swatted away by Q, picked up by Hall. Hall going to wrap around here to the near side. Coming in is going to be Wigmore, knocked loose by Lee. Lee over to Ligda. Ligda going to chip one out into the hands of Hayek. And the Mission are going to regroup, far side. Prodel going to work here. Chips it back for Hayek. Ligda coming up the ice towards Charlotte Lee. Off the stick of Lee, picked up by Pape. Pape sends one forward. Picked up by Ligda. Ligda to Conklin. Blocked by Warrington. Back in the hands of Reeder. Sabres need a line change at 8:44. Reeder, top of the left circle, looks to fire a shot. Saved by Q. Rebound out front. Chipped loose to Warrington, far side. Warrington hits the brakes at the hash marks. Pulls it back to the point. Sends it down low. And it's going to wrap around here to the near side. Picked up by Bornhoff against Ligda. Bornhoff unable to clear it off the boards. Reeder comes in. Poke check loose to the point. Picked up by Reeder. Top of the right circle. Reeder coming around, firing a bouncing puck. Intercepted by Hall, who's going to slam one down for the icing. At 8:17, make it 8:15 to go here in the period. We're going to bring that one all the way back. Your lineup out there now for the Sabres is going to be Cinquino, Patak, and Golden. It'll be Krushelnicki and Vernig on D. TC and Krushelnicki on the half wall, or Vernig on the half wall. Jay Crush and Golden in the middle. Patak on your draw in the corner for Vernig. Vernig unable to control it. She's got 3 on her right now. Backing up is Martin. Watson comes away with it. Chip past Cinquino into the hands of Martin. Blocked by Golden. Kick forward by Cinquino. Sent back in by Pazin into the glove of Q. And we'll get a whistle as the Mission comes to put pressure on it at 7:59. Face off to the right wing circle. Sabres send out Field along with Bellon, Shane, and Bolding. Field couldn't get to it. Face off won by Watson, sent behind the goal line. Krushelnicki coming in, blocked it loose as Martin was waiting in the slot. Martin left wing side, looks to come across, blocked by Hall to the front, saved by Q. Rebound to the front of Kelly. She's going to smother it. Puck must still be loose. In the right wing corner, finally picked up by Belanger. The referee didn't hear him say loose. No offsides. Back in the hands of Fink. Sabres need to clear, folks. Poke check by Krushelnyski. Back up front. Back door for Martin. Intercepted by Field. Field makes a move around Watson here to the near side. Field makes a move past Yates. Into the hands of Boulding. It's 4-on-3 the other way. Belanger drops it off for Boulding. Boulding comes in. Fires with a cross. Rebound out to Yates. Juicy rebound for the Sabres, but nobody home. Bounces it into the hands of Gianna. Gianna going to pull it over to Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski to center, going to fire one in. Slowed up by Geberkoff in the right wing corner for Yates. Cut off by Field. Up the half wall for Cinquino. Top of the left circle, TC. Trying to send one in the corner for Field. It hit Yates, and the poke check loose by Golden. Sealing up the wall is going to be Yates back in the left wing corner. It's going to be Pazin and Watson against Golden. Pazin chips it over here to the near side for Young. 7 minutes to go. Blocked by TC out of the zone. Gianna comes up the ice, stuffs Prodel. Into the left wing corner it goes. Gianna with the inside position. No call on the body check there. Wow! Left wing corner for Golden. That's the same call that Gianna got pinned in for. Out towards TC. Bounces it in. Kept in by Bessie. Offsides will be the call. And out of the zone it goes for Prodel. Face-off goes just in front of the Mission benches. Hugh heads to the bench as she retires at 6:40. Patty Hoppy takes it the rest of the way. Your lineup out there now is going to be Charlotte Lee along with MC and Ligged up front, Hall and G on D. Conklin going to slam one out of the zone, but that's going to go down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face off to the left wing circle. To the right of Addie Hoppy. It'll be Hall and Ligda in the slot. Conklin and G on the half wall. Charlotte Lee on your draw. Lee tied up, coming in as Carter Hare to fire a shot off the crossbar for Hare. Firing another shot blocked by for Ligda. Ligda out to the point for Bessie. Bessie sent one in the corner, knocked down by Hall. Back up the boards to Bessie. Bessie right point, sends it to the net. Monaco has it tied up. Rebound Juicy to the far side for Hall. Going to tie up the mission here to the corner. Wigmore going to get bounced off the puck by G. Up the boards to Conklin. Conklin going to run her off. Here comes G now to Lee. Lee trying to drag one forward. Intercepted by Conklin. First back to the far side for Wigmore. Saved by Hoppy. Rebound to the far side. Coming in is going to be Ligda. Ligda puts Hare into the wall. Coppin coming in. Monaco along with Lee. 2-on-3 battle there. Numbers in favor of the Sabres. Poke check by Wigmore. Back into the corner for Monaco. Knocking the stick out of the hands. Hare lost her stick. Bouncing it out towards Conklin. Conklin going to collect it at center. Sends one into the corner. Bessie going to pick it up. Lee on the forecheck. Bessie going to send one out far side. Belanger ties it up, but it's collected by Wigmore. Wigmore and Prodel coming up the ice with Bessie on number 3. High slot for Lyric. Lyric comes around to fire a shot. Shot blocked by Hall. Rebound to the far side for Pape. Pape chips it up the field. Field going to try to send one down. She hammers it though, and that puck's going to slide down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 5:13 to go here in the period. Face off to the right wing circle. Your lineup out there now is going to be Belanger along with Field and Boulding up front. Pape and Krushelnyski on D. Face off one to Pape. Pape to Jaden Crush. Out to Boulding. Kept in by Hayek, who's going to fire one left of Hoppy off the end boards for Prodel. Tied up, picked the pocket up. In broad daylight is going to be Emma Pape. In front of the board, pushed out of the zone by Belanger. Reader poke check by Boulding. Comes across the blue line, sends one into the left wing corner. Going to be slowed up by Hoppy. Hoppy here to the near side for Krushelnyski. Backhands it up the boards to Boulding. Boulding on the left wing half wall now. Off the glove of Hayek, it was tipped. And the puck's going to slide down here to the near side. Belanger against Warrington. Belanger picks up the loose change for Field. Field in the left wing corner now, dragging it out far side. Sends it out to the point. Lost the stick. Somebody lost the stick. Firing a shot was going to be Belanger into the slot for Hayek. Hayek to Prodel. Prodel across the mission line to Bornhoff in front of Pape. Pape top of the right circle. Headmans it across the back door for Reader. Reader here to the near side now controlling. Out to the point. She's going to carry it out, and they're going to have to regroup. Going the far side for Warrington. Back on side, firing one off the inboards into the left wing corner to be picked up by Young. Young against Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski runs right through it, pushes up the boards into the hands of Patak. Patak makes the move around, sends it over to Pape on the far side. Pape in front of Warrington, left wing side, comes in, fires a shot. Glove saved by Geberkoff. No rebound given at 4:01 to go here in period number 2. Face-off goes to the left wing circle. Out there now will be Golden along with Patak and King. Blue liners are going to be Vernig and G. Patak fires one towards the net, blocked by Pazin. Coming in is going to be King. Picked up by Watson. Watson in front of Vernig. Left wing side, going to wrap one around to the right wing corner. Monaco comes trucking in against Martin. Out to Golden, pop loose for Watson. Centering pass broken up by Vernig. Knocked free by Monaco. Monaco chips it over to Golden. Golden back behind the net for Vernig. Vernig right to left here to the near side. Some time and space. Josie going to work. Pushes it past Watson out towards Pazin. Bounces one to Golden. Golden drags one forward. Makes a move around. Fontana fires a shot just over the crossbar left wing side. Golden comes back in the back check now. Martin comes up. King in the back check now. Martin comes in. Going to dip one behind the net of Hoppy. Hoppy sends it over here to the near side. Picked up by King. King back to Vernig. Coming in is Patak on the defensive side. Nora going to send it behind the net. Patak going to work. Trying to broken stick. No slashing call on that one. Out to Golden. Golden fans on it, pushes it back behind the net for G. G going to clear it over to Vernig. Vernig, she's got a girl breaking up the ice. Trying to tip by Pazin. Here comes Lee. Back in the hands of Melaniak now. Far side chopped loose by Lee. Picked up by G in the right wing corner. G going to shovel it across to Vernig. Vernig tied up by Reeder. Out to the point for Sell. Sell going to fire a shot. Saved by Hoppy to Vernig. Vernig here to the near side. Pushed up the boards to King. King out of the zone, it goes for MC on the foot race here against Bessie. All the way down in the right wing corner. Conklin going to force Bessie to wrap it around far side. Out to the blue line, off the stick of Krushelnyski, going to send one right back the other way as they tag back up off sides at 2:30 to go. Bessie controlling left wing side, bounces it out to Fink. 3-on-2 the other way. In this position is going to be Lee. 3-on-3. Sabres regrouping, firing a shot, saved by Hoppy, directed here to the near side for Wigmore. Hall going to put Wigmore into the wall. Coming down is going to be Lee. Here comes another defender. It'll be Lee along with Conklin now. Conklin trying to drag one and muscle out of his own. Wigmore picks it up against Hall now. Hall going to take it away. Popped it loose for Lee. Pinching in his cell. Back in the left wing corner by the for the Sabres. Hall going to collect it behind Hoppy. Breaks it out to Ligda. Ligda going to touch it on his own and picked up by Lyric Bessie with just under 2 minutes to go. And the Michigan going to have to regroup and tag back up off sides. Hall sends it over here to the near side for MC. MC fans on it. Picked back up by Sell. Offsides will be the call. Conklin coming in. Going to send one up off the glass. Glove down by Sell. Hand pass will be the call as Coppin touches it at center with $1:36 to go here in the period. And it'll be a face-off right back to center ice. Your lineup now will be Belanger along with Field and Boulding. Blue liners are going to be Pape and Vernig. Prodel, poke check loose by Boulding. Back in the hands of Prodel. She muscled out to the far side. Bornhoff back to Prodel. Back checking is going to be Belanger. Top of the right circle. Drops it off for Bornhoff. The Sabres setting things up, firing a shot behind the net. As Boulding got a piece of it here to the near side. Vernig, I say it was Belanger got a piece of it. Centering pass for Reeder. Blocked by Pape. Back in the left wing corner. Reeder going to get slammed into the wall there by Pape. Off the back of the corner for Vernig on the far side for Prodel. Prodel the point picked off by Belanger. Belanger going to make a move around. Headman's on field 2-on-1. Field and Boulding. Field trying to send it over to Boulding. Blocked by Yates here to the near side for Belanger. Belanger sent it into the corner. Collected by Yates. Yates here to the near side. Up to Prodel. Prodel looks to go to Bornhoff. Broken up by Patak. Into the hands of Boulding. Goes right back the other way. And it's touched up by Geberkoff with 40 seconds to Pazin. Pazin to Prodel. Back to Bornhoff. Over to Reeder in front of Pape and G. Knocked off the puck is going to be Bornhoff. Firing a shot off the corner bar. Back to Young. Over to Warrington. Warrington to the point for Reeder in front of Conklin. Poke check by Conklin. Conklin up the Patak. Kept in by Fontana. Shot blocked by MC. A hook on Reeder. No call on that one. Pushed it forward to the point, picked up by Young towards Gianna, going to cut back. Broken up there by Pape. Here to the near side, pushing it out of the zone towards Golden. Tying up for Golden to Conklin with 4 seconds to go. And we're going to get a penalty now. Wow! That is unbelievable, folks. 3.5 seconds to go. Juliana Golden head into the sin bin. Tripping is going to be the call. And the Sabres are going to be shorthanded. Your lineup out there now is going to be Krushelnyski along with Hall, Ligda, and Lee, and that sound will be the end of the period. So at the end of 2, it's the Chicago Mission 2 and the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 1 as we head to the second intermission. This second intermission brought to you by Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey. Fireball, ignite the night. At least that's what it says on the bottle anyway. Enjoy the intermission, folks. Welcome back, folks. It's the final frame here at Rosemont Ice Arena. It's the Classic Packaging PK. Classic Packaging of Northbrook, Illinois. Classic Packaging. You can't have a penalty without a box. Your penalty killers out there now are going to be Ligda and Lee, along with Krushelnicki and Hall. Addie Hoppy in between the net, or in the net rather. 14:48 to go here in the period. There was 15 minutes on the clock to get this period underway, and the referee having words for Bornhoff as she tried to spear Hoppy there after she had made the save. Out to the points, going to be picked up by Hall. Hall over to Lee. Lee makes a move around Reader towards Pazin. It's going to be Ligda coming in left wing, right wing side. Lee hangs on to it down behind the goal line and goes. Picked back up by Lee. Lee carries it up the far side. Going to send one back behind the goal line, wrapping around here to the near side. Picked up by Pazin. Pazin met by Ligda. Knocked it loose for Hall. Hall, left point, walks in, fires a shot. Saved by Geberkoff. Gloved down by Pazin. Blocked by Hall. Out of the point it goes for Protl in front of Krushelnicki. Going to carry it in left wing side. Dylan King covering D into the left wing corner for Bornhoff. 43 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK. Out to the point for Sell, who fires one, sails one over the crossbar into the right wing corner for Reader. Pass blocked by Ligda. Out to the point for Sell, walking in towards Hoppy. Over the crossbar once again into the glass. Out to Hare on the far side. Picked up by Bornhoff. Back over to Sell towards Ligda. Here to Reader, met by Krushelnicki. Hall fires one on the back door looking for Hare. And knocked loose by Dylan King. Picked up by Bornhoff. King harassing. Poke checked at the blue line. Kept by Bornhoff. To the top of the right circle. Broken up by King to Krushelnicki. Going to slam one out of the zone into the hands of Wigmore with 10 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK. Sell going to backhand one right in the hands of Hall. Hall past Ligda. 3 seconds to go on that PK. And to be Sell back over to the far side. We are even strength. Bessie controlling for the mission. Pass Ligda to Sell. Sell broken up by Field. Kicked right back inside the zone as it kicked off the Hall's or Field skates. Off the shin guards of Bolding here to the near side. Picked up by Martin. Martin harassed by Field. Knocked it loose. Belanger coming in. Knocked off the puck by Wigmore. Coming back Field in the left wing corner. Sell going to get it. Sell slams on the far side for Bessie. Bessie going to try to headman out of his zone. Puck's going to slide down for Hoppy, who's going to have to make the play. Hoppy going to send it into the corner for Hall. Hall going to golf it out here to the near side for Belanger. Touch forward to Field. 2-on-2 the other way. Back checking is Watson. Field, left circle, sends it between the legs of Bessie in the left wing corner. Field to Bowling, broken up by Bessie, back to Field. Field hits the brakes, drops it off to Bowling. Bowling to Belanger, broken up by Warrington, picked up by Shea Watson of the Mission. Here to the near side in front of Vernig. Watson going to fire one, blocked by Vernig. Saved by Hoppy, collected by G. G in the right wing corner here to the near side. Gian a little bit of time and space, makes a move, hits the skates of Belanger in the hands of Warrington. Out towards Monaco, poke check by Fink. Into the hands of Vernig here in the right wing corner. Vernig going to backhand it D to D, but it goes over to Conklin far side. Conklin going to Gorbatenko flip it out the center. It's going to be Belanger in a foot race down to the right wing corner for Warrington. We're going to get an icing, and we're going to bring that one all the way back. 12:19 to go here in the period. Face off to the left wing circle to the right of Hoppy. It'll be Lee on your draw, Patak on your draw, Lee on the half wall, Conklin in the slot. Switch that up. Referee dropped the puck. Patak needs to back out on that one. Monaco ties it up towards Fink, now towards Vernig. Trying to pop it loose is Melania, picked up there by Lee rather. Lee makes a move to the outside around Fontana. Conklin in support. Patak high F3, dropping off for MC, broken up by Melania. Back down low for Lee. Poke check loose by Pazin here to the near side for Vernig. Vernig going to send one down low, sealing up the wall is going to be Pazin. On the half wall, Patak and Lee out to Conklin, collected by Young, out to Fink, broken up by Vernig. Poke check loose by Fink, poke check loose by G. G going to one hand one over to Lee. Lee in front of the blue line there, sends one to Pazin. Pazin goes cross ice, but he collected by Molnar. Sent into the corner, no offsides. Looked like the Sabres were offsides there. Pazin down low, met by Molnar. Sends it out the far side for Golden. Golden right hash marks. Comes down low, poke check by Pazin. Pushing it up towards Carter here. Dylan King on the back check. Poke check loose by King. King going to go right back the other way. Thrown down. Left right wing side. Hyatt going to get it. No icing. Waved off. Coming in is going to be Golden and King. Now hitting the brakes is Hyatt. Sent over here to the near side. Kept in by Pape. Pape in the corner for Golden. Golden right back to Pape at the point. Pape going to send one back. Playing catch with Juliana. Golden left side. Goes out to Krushelnicki. Krushelnicki sends it past Hare to Molnar. Molnar right wing corner down low for King. King going to drag it, looking for Molnar, coming in high. Picked up by Coppin. Poke check by Pape. 2-on-1 in front of Krushelnicki. Pape going back door. Blocked by Heron, glove down by Hoppy, picked up by Krushelnicki, and they're going the other way in an odd man rush, so they can get back on it. Golden couldn't get to it. Carter Heron's going to pick up the loose change. Goes over to Sell on the far side, met by Field, makes a move around Field here to the near side. Breaks it up on the headman pass to Coppin, who sends one into the left wing corner. Wigmore going to pick it up. Poke check loose by Krushelnicki. Up over to the glove of Wigmore, here to the near side for Jocelyn Field. Field at 10-25. Makes a move around Bornhoff, picks up the loose change. Up here towards Pape, coming in towards Field. Field going to be knocked off the puck by Bornhoff. Bornhoff going to get knocked off the puck by Field. Puck slides over to the far side for Pape. Pape on to Bolding. Bolding's got Belanger, hits Field here on the far side. Field going to make a move to the outside against Sell. Hits the brakes and she flies right by. Top of the right circle, cuts back against Brodo. Fires one towards it. Look at the backboard! That's going to be a Belanger! Sabres goal! Let's check the replay, folks. That's going to be picked up there by Golden, who fires one over and gets Belanger. Belanger on a goal, 9:59 to go here in period number 3. Assisted by, I believe that was, I don't even know who it was. We're a tie game, folks. It'll be Andy Hall over to Vernig now. Cinquino, MC, and Patak. MC going to send one towards Geberkoff. Into the left wing corner for Yates. Met by Cinquino, right up the middle. Picked up by Coppin. Far side, no call on the trip. They let that one go. Picked back up by Coppin. Coppin over here to the near side. Met by Vernig. Yates going to fire one in. Hall going into the right wing corner. Hare going to pick it up. Hare going to get run off the puck in the left wing corner by Hall. Hall up to MC. Broken up there by Young. Picked up by Vernig. Vernig left to right. Going to hit the brakes. Young flies right by. Vernig over to Hall. Hall back to Vernig. Right wing corner. Get to it is Young. Cinquino didn't come get it. Bottom of the right circle. Firing a shot. Glove saved by Hops. He's going to smother it. Hoppy with the save at 9:18. Here to go in period number 3. Your lineup out there now for the Sabres will be Charlotte Lees, Ligda, and Golden up front. Monaco and Jay Crush on D. Monaco gets to it, sends in the corner. It's cut off by Watson. Looking to play from Gretzky's office. Coming in is going to be Lee. Lee slams over here to the near side, picking the pocket of Martin. Up here to the near side, past Ligda. Watson covering D. It's Ligda and Golden. Up the boards it goes, just missing the hands of Golden in the left wing corner. Watson against Golden. Watson going to get put in the wall by Golden. Picked up by Lee. Lee knocked off the puck here to the point for Krushelnicki. Fires a shot. Blocked by Sell behind the net for Golden. Golden right to left here to the near side. Sabres controlling. It's going to be a penalty. Krushelnicki fires one. Kick loose for Lee. Lee fires a shot over the crossbar. And Bessie touches it up. At 8:43 to go, I did not see the penalty, so can't comment whether or not it was a good call, because quite honestly, these referees have been just brutal. I don't say much about them, folks, but these guys, they're not good. 8:43 to go here in the period. Watson heads to the sin bin for roughing. I find it interesting. So what calls are being made and what's not. The Sabres are on the one-man advantage. This power play brought to you by Jay's Beef in Harwood Heights on Montrose and Narragansett. Jay's Beef. Try the rest, now try the best. Stop in and see Jay, Johnny, Frankie, the Fortuna brothers. Tell them I said hi, folks. Your power play unit out there now for the Sabres. It'll be Bella, Jay, and Paul on D. Krushelnicki and MC up front. Out of the zone by Krushelnicki all the way down towards Hoppy. Hoppy going to slow it up for Hall. Bornhoff down the forecheck now. Bornhoff going to force Hall up here to the near side. And going to go the other way. Here comes the Sabres. 4-on-2 on the outside. Going to have to hit the brakes. Lee going to get it. Sends one into the corner for Belanger. Belanger to Conklin, just standing on a one-timer. Kept in by Hall, left point. Hall and the Sabres looking to set things up. Hits Belanger on the far side now. Belanger blocked by Reeder. Into the hands of Bornhoff. Bornhoff towards Belanger. Going to glove it down by Hall. Hall back to Belanger. Belanger on the far side. Across the blue line of the mission in the zone. Past Bornhoff. Tied up by Bornhoff. Here comes Krushelnicki. Chipped out of the zone by Bornhoff. Puck's going to go end over end all the way in the left wing corner. Hall coming in. Hoppy going to wrap it around as he picked up by Reeder. Here to the near side. Across the slot. Reeder going to carry it out of the zone with 30 seconds to go on that Jays Beef power play. Reeder going to get to it. Throws it all the way down in the right wing corner. It'll be Vernig going to get it here. Martin comes in. Vernig right to left on the far side. And then pushing it up be Vernig. Vernig going to go around Carter Hare. 3-on-2 is the end of the zone. Vernig passes out, bottom of the right circle, comes down low, fires a shot, glove saved by Geberkoff. Puck is loose behind the net. And Warrington coming in, trying to give a shot to Vernig along with Willow South. And Vernig just laughs at him and she skates away with 8 seconds to go on that JHB power play. It'll be Bolding and Golden in the slot. Patak on the half-wall field on your draw. Vernig high right point. And we're referee making his way back out to the blue line where he belongs. He did not belong at the goal line. Face-off one to Bolding. Bolding tried to fire. One was tied up by Warrington here to the near side. Martin going to try to net on his own. Knocked down by Golden. Golden left point. Cuts back across. Hits field high slot. Field fires a shot. Glove saved by Golden. Or Geberkoff. And we are even strength. Back in the right wing circle. The Sabres make the line change. It's going to be Ligda. Lee and MC up front. Pape and G on D. 7:10 to go here in the period. Lee against Wigmore. Face off won by Wigmore to the far side. Coppin coming in. Steals it into the right wing corner. Picked up here by Coppin. Backing up is Ligda. Left wing side. Ligda going to force her up the boards. Hits Fink. Cut off by Charlotte Lee. Picked up by Ligda. Back in the hands of Fink, who's going to send one in deep. Slowed up by Hoppy. Left for G. Right wing side. Left wing side. Sends over to Pape here to the near side for Ligda. Ligda takes one out of the wall. Out of this, kept in by Hayek. Back in the corner for Pape. Pape sends it over to G. G backhands up the boards for MC. Kept in by Pazin. Left wing half wall. Gianna comes in, pops it loose, but it's picked up by Wigmore. Lee comes in against Wigmore. They're going to have to pull it out of the zone. Lee still harassing. Sent over here to Hayek. Mission regroups back to Wigmore in front of the Mission benches on the far side. Trying to spread things out. Hits Fink here to the near side. Pushing it up. Pazin coming in against Pape. High right circle. Poke check loose. Poked into the corner by Hoppy. Picked up by Gianna. Gianna runs it off into the hands of Lee. Lee over to Pape. Pape here to the near side. Hits Ligda. Ligda up the center. Bounces it out. That puck's going to slide all the way down. No icing as Hayek could have played it, he says. And it's going to be a Bolding on the forecheck. Cut off by Field. Kept in by Krushelnicki. Slams one behind the net. Wrapping around here to the near side. Belanger on her horse. Cut off by left wing half wall. They're sealing it up. Bolding get on the defensive side. It picks up the loose change. Holding across the blue line. Sends one in front for Belanger. Field. Field fires it. Saved by Geberkoff. Back to Field. Field try to send it down low. Knocked down by Hayek. Puck slides into the corner. Field doing a nice job. Drags it into the corner. It's going to be Field bouncing out. Looks for the backhand. Fires shot. Rebound out front. Swatted away by the Mission. Picked up by Bornhoff. Swatted at by Belanger. Picked up by Pape. Pape pushes one forward. Finally muscled in the zone by Bornhoff. Into the right wing corner for Krushelnicki. Krushelnicki tied up by Chuck. Picked up by Bornhoff. Coming in is going to be Pape and Field. Knocked it loose here to the near side. Met by Krushelnicki into the hands of Bornhoff. Bornhoff going to curl around. She's run off there by the boards by Krushelnicki. Try to spin one behind the net. Coming in is Pape. Going to chip it over to the far side. And it's going to be collected by Reeder. Reeder put into the wall by Field. Coming in is going to be total on the offensive side. Reeder going to collect it. Poke check loose by Reeder once again. Her Field picked it out of his own by Bolding. Bolding with a step. He's got Yates on the front near side coming at her. Bolding comes in, fires a shot just wide left. It was blocked by Yates. She got a piece of it. Here comes Tommy Little 5. Fontana throws into the hands of Krushelnicki. Goes right back to the hands of Bornhoff. Bornhoff here to the near side, tripped up by Cinquino. Helps to fire a toe drag shot. Blocked by Krushelnicki. Punched forward by the Mission. Right in front of the net. Trying to shoot is going to be Bornhoff. Fires one over the crossbar. Into the corner behind the net for Krushelnicki. Krushelnicki on the far side, pass Young. Here comes Jay Crush. Pushes one to Golden. It's 2-on-2 the other way with Young back check. Golden goes to the outside around Bornhoff. No call on the hook. Golden slams over here to the near side. Hall along with Patak pinching in. Patak going to send it back, trying to get things set up. Cinquino on the boards along with Patak trying to seal it up. Coming in is Melaniak and Yates, fished out by TC. Cinquino backs it out to Hall. Hall, left point. Goes over to Krushelnicki. Vernig. Vernig fires one. Tipped by Patak. Blocked by Fontana. Into the right wing corner. Patak trying to send one down at Cinquino. Cinquino back to the point to Vernig. Vernig walks the line like Johnny Cash. Fires a shot. Tipped by Patak. Saved by Geberkoff. Here to Hall. Hall down behind the net. Over to Golden. Golden coming in. Back over here to the near side. Sabres get the line change. A little modified in. Mission was in trouble and they get the line change. That puck goes all the way down. Ligda sends it over to Hall. Hall tips one in. Puck's going to slide into the left wing corner. Collected by Sal, coming out as MC, goes cross ice, off the stick of Lee. Met by Watson. Watson goes down behind the net of Hoppy. Be picked up by Fink against Hall. Tried a centering pass, coming in as Lee, bodied loose. Puck slides over to Bessie towards Ligda. Fires one shot blocked by Liggs. 3:29 to go. Watson gets put in the wall by Vernig. Here comes Lee. Poke check by Hall. Picked up by Martin on the offensive side of it. Firing a shot blocked by Bessie. Saved by Hoppy and sliding into the left wing corner for Hall. Hall tries the backhand, went into the glove down by Conklin. That puck goes out of play at 3:14 to go here in the period. Their lineup out there now is going to be Belanger, Field, and Bolding, Krushelnyski, and G on D. It'll be Belanger, the pride of Quebec, along with G in the slot. Field on your draw. Field wins it into the corner for Jay Crush. Slowed up by Kopp, and here comes Gianna center. Pass it broken up there by Krushelnyski, picked up by Field. Back into the slot, looks to fire a shot, blocked by Krushelnyski, picked up by G. G right wing corner, sends it to Jay Crush on the far side. Krushelnyski looks to hit Field in the middle. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Field and Belanger. Over to Belanger. Belanger gets Warrington. Fires a shot. Blocked by Warrington. Far side for Bolding. Bolding back behind the net for Field. Field to Belanger. Belanger send it back to Field off the board. Picked up by Pazin. Pazin harassed by Belanger. Muscling it out to Carter Hare. Carter Hare cut off by Belanger. Picked up by Wigmore. Wigmore knocked down, or Krushelnyski knocked down. Firing a shot. Glove saved by Hoppy. No rebound given. At 2:33 to go here in the period. And Coach Ellie going for the line change. Their lineup out there now is going to be Ligda along with Lee and MC. Your blue liners are going to be Hall and Vernig. It'll be Lee on your draw. In the slot, Liggs along with Vernig and MC. Bornhoff tries it, couldn't get to it. Shipped out of the zone by the Sabres. It's going to be Charlotte Lee in a foot race against Sell. Picked up by Sell. Poke check by Lee. Harassing Sell. Sell curls around to the far side against MC. Looking for Bornhoff. Off of Bornhoff's stick. Picked up by Hall, who's going to send one in deep. Left to right on the right wing corner. Here comes Conklin up the boards. Trying to cycle down. Poke check by Lee. Lee trying to get it to Reeder. She does on the far side. Cut off by Liggs. Pinching in is going to be Hall. Hall left wing hash marks. Back to Ligda. Ligda to Lee. Conklin in the slot. Heads to the net. Picked up by Reeder. Here comes Ligda. Bounces it out to Bornhoff. Tried to slam out of his own. Kept in by Hall. Picked up by Conklin. Conklin to Lee. High slot. Lee comes in. Fires a shot. Shot for Ligda. Ligda first. Saved by Gavrikov. Puck is loose here to the near side. Chipped up by Lee. Lee back to MC. Back in the corner for Lee. Lee out to the point for Hall. Hall back to Lee. Lee left wing side. Sends it behind the net for MC. Fontana coming in. Conklin trying to get position on it. Conklin picks it up. Trying to poke it loose behind the net. Collected by Reeder. Conklin gets back onto it to Lee. Mission in trouble, need a line change. Hall comes in, fires a shot, saved by Gavrikov. Rebound to Fontana. Fontana to Proto on the far side. Here comes Bolding, coming in, out to the point. Hits Bornhoff here to the near side in front of Hall. Is going to be Reeder. Reeder, top of the right circle, comes across, makes a move. Poke check, loose by Hall. Picked up by Field. Here comes the Sabres in transition. Moves it forward is Field. Field and Belanger left, Bolding high F3. Field fires, shot blocked by Bessie, picked up by Bolding. Bolding, left wing side, backhand shot just across the blue paint. Rebound to the far side for Reeder. Reeder on her 3-minute shift out on the ice. Sent into the corner by the Sabres, or by the Mission. That'll be an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 58.6 seconds to go here in regulation. Your lineup out there now will be Belanger along with Field and Bolding. Hall and Krushelnyski on D. Field on your draw. Coming in is Belanger. Send in the front of the net of Gavrikov. Slides over to the far side for Bolding. Bolding, right half wall. Sends it down low for Belanger. Lost her stick is Watson. Into the corner. Picked up by Pazin here to the near side. Right to left. Blocked by Field. Out to the half wall for Martin. Martin couldn't handle it. She fumbled the puck on the half wall. Sliding out of the zone for Belanger. Kept it in. Puck is loose. Just in front of the Mission blue line. Coming in is Bolding. Sauce cross out towards Julian Young. Young across blue line, top of the left circle in front of Jay Crush. Poke check by Jay Crush in the left wing corner for Martin. Martin against Bolding, takes out the puck. Poke check by Field. Pitching in was Fontana. It's going to be 2-on-1. Field over to Belanger in front of Bessie. Belanger coming in, left wing side, drops up for Hall. Hall fires a shot blocker, saved by Gavrikov. Coming in is going to be Belanger, picked up by Bessie here to the near side. Pinching in is going to be Hall. Hall tried to go back in the corner for Belanger. Belanger against Fontana and Watson. Belanger over to Hall. Field left circle, fires a shot. Shot blocked by Watson. Back to Belanger. With 2 seconds to go, we're going to get the whistle. And that sound is the end of regulation. We'll see if they're going to play some overtime. Not sure if they have time. What time we got on the clock, folks? It is 9:30. The next game is and Coach Courtney says no, they're going to end it in a tie, folks. I can tell you right now, Coach Ellie wants to play. Looks like the Mission does not want to do overtime, folks. It's like kissing your sister. Your final score here from Rosemont Ice Arena is going to be a tie, the Chicago Mission 2 and the Sabres 2. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as we head over to our favorite part, Rockies recap for the home team, Chicago Mission. Penalties on Alexis Bornhoff in the first period, tripping at 12:40. Shea Watson roughing in the third at 8:43. Goals scored by Carter Hare at 2:32 in the first period on the power play, and Fink at 10:30 in the second. For the visiting Shattuck St. Mary Sabres, 4 penalties going to be Andy Hall body checking in the first at 10:47, Gianna Monaco roughing in the first at 2:55, Jocelyn Field cross-checking in the second at 14:16, and Juliana Golden tripping with 3.5 seconds in period number 2. Goals scored by the Sabres, Jaden Krushelnicki assisted by Andy Hall on the power play at 12:02 in the first, and Eva Belanger, the pride of Quebec, tied this thing up in the third period at 9:59. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you for watching. Fantastic hockey this weekend here in Chicago for the Sabres. Safe travels to everyone on their way home. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Once again, your final score here from Rosemont Ice Arena. The Sabres 2 and Mission 2. And as we sign off for the day, well, take that back, folks. Got a couple announcements, I guess, to say. Next weekend, you can follow Monaco Hockey Live all the way up to Faribault, Minnesota for Fall Winter Family Weekend as the Sabres 16U squad and 19U squad take on Culver Academy. So once again, as we sign off for the day, good night, Minnesota Lakers grandma, wherever you are.